February 3rd, 2025. Another kind of wacky night of sleep. Like just a little over 6 hours. Got up and got moving. I guess this is my life now. I mostly spent the day like kind of prepping gear and getting things packed for my shoot tomorrow. And actually tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. So that was, good to be productive in that way. Had a good arm wrestling practice. A little smaller attendance, I think mostly probably because of snowfall. Massive flakes snowing when I left practice today. That was pretty cool. I haven't seen flakes that big in a while. But yeah, practice was good. I didn't go super hard, so because I'm kind of feeling healing my inner elbow a little bit, and still feel a little torn down from practicing with the Austin crew last week. So yeah, it's just good to kind of let the stuff heal a bit. Outside of that, I think today I will make my one topic. I will make it one topic today. And I guess the point being, I think, well, for one, yesterday's entry ran a little longer than I was expecting, for sure. I feel like keeping these 10 minutes or less is probably smart, but it doesn't make sense to kind of cut a topic short just for the sake of time as well. So there's that. But the point is, I think yesterday, because I felt like I needed to address both things that I had thought of during the day, it kind of just made it run longer than it needed to. So to that end, I think I'll just be addressing one topic, or mostly probably one topic per vlog, I guess, outside of just kind of going over my daily spiel. Maybe that daily spiel comes and goes depending on the topic. I don't know. I feel like the daily spiel is valuable. I don't know. I just kind of like to keep things updated, and along with, even though the fact that I do write it in my journal, I just the act of writing down, and in this case the act of talking and telling the things of my day, just kind of well, it's just good. I think it helps me kind of understand the day a little better, helps me remember it better. Memory is important to me. Anyway, the other thing I think bears noting is that consistency in an activity like this, and this is something I've learned, especially with journaling and even blogging with any regularity, is that it itself is an opportunity to practice or learn something new, or just institute a change in my behavior, in a person's behavior, in one's life, kind of anchoring it to the consistency of the activity. So an example would be, as I've kept a journal, a daily journal, I've gotten really good at that, and at one point, I've actually done this a couple times, I felt it was a decent opportunity to maybe attempt something new with my writing. And I've done a few various things with it, but one of them was inventing my own English alphabet, just meaning I created my own symbols for each letter. And because I knew I would be journaling every day, I took time to practice and write for an entire journal just using the alphabet that I invented. It was an interesting process. I think I learned a lot about the concept of language, even in that exercise. I learned about efficiency, and I learned that writing and reading kind of occupy two very different places in a person's brain. I guess somebody who, I have not learned a foreign language, but in a way this is sort of like an element of foreign language. And I think those who have learned foreign languages, I mean, I've often heard it said by some people that they have learned to understand by listening, but they still don't know how to speak. Like, I've had friends say this, many friends. Oh yeah, I can understand Spanish, I just can't speak it back. That, for a long time, I thought that was a kind of a bizarre concept. It was like, if you can understand it, what you're hearing, why can't you speak it back? I don't know, it just didn't exactly make sense in my mind. But when I taught myself to write a new version of the English alphabet, I found that I could write it very fluently, but I actually couldn't read it back. Really strange, I thought. And now anyway, it led me to realize that you can write, which in this case would be an active form of communication, and yet the part that intakes that communication is just a different muscle in your brain, different part of your brain probably. The part of processing what you're receiving is different than what you process as you write. So, understanding that I was able to piggyback the daily act of journaling and use it to create my own English alphabet. I actually did that twice. I taught myself how to write backwards with my left hand. I did a lot of different things. It stands to reason that doing a daily vlog, talking to camera, there are maybe opportunities I'll be able to figure out that I can utilize this to, in a similar way, create new skills of some kind, or explore ideas or topics in a way that is unique and different. And I think that'll be cool. Offhand, I don't have any ideas. It's not like I'm gonna think of a new form of how English letters sound, and then I'll be speaking English, but it'll sound totally different. I'm not gonna do anything like that. At least I don't believe I will. That seems like way more effort. But there may be other simple things I can do to piggyback just this act of talking to camera on a regular basis. I know one idea I had in the past, when I considered the idea of acting as a thing I'd like to explore. Back then, I say back then, it wasn't even that long ago, within a few years or something. I thought, man, wouldn't that be interesting to practice acting to the screen, so that I can kind of see what I'm doing and give myself feedback, potentially even get feedback from other people. And having this consistency, for sure, gives you the ability to refine iteratively and create better quality in that behavior, in that expressed activity. So maybe I'll do that at some point. There is still a little bit of interest that I have to learn how to act. I think it'd be fun, but just being another element of art, another creative expression. I've heard it said that acting is and I'm paraphrasing, of course, but acting is a way of learning about the human condition. Maybe it's a way of learning about my own human condition. All of this, in a way, is an activity to learn about myself. For me, maybe for others. Even though I intended to explore a different idea today, I think just describing maybe a little bit about my motivation for why I do this vlog, and because it had a little bit of depth, may have served that purpose for this particular entry. I do look forward to seeing where this goes. I can already tell, just being in front of the camera and just talking as I have over the last 11 days, 12 days, I don't know however long I've been doing this. It is getting easier, for sure. I feel like I can relate to the camera almost in a way that I appreciate in those that do it well, that I see doing it, where it kind of feels like I'm talking to a person, like I'm talking to you, the viewer. And that's, I don't know, that's something that makes a vlog or a YouTuber or an actor or anybody that's on camera, it just makes them feel a little more authentic. I am an authentic person. I do my best to be myself, which is maybe a little strange sounding, but when you are doing something that is out of your natural state, out of your norm, being yourself initially is going to be a little strange anyway. It's really no different than meeting a new person the first time you meet them. They are themselves a new environment, and you learn how to interact. You learn how to play off their energy. You figure out what the chemistry is between you and them. And as I have been doing this a little bit, I'm learning the chemistry between me and an inanimate camera, and how that how I might be able to reach into your life in this very impersonal way, but in a personal way. So further along the path we go. Hope you guys have a good week. Until next time.